One reason that brevity is so important during testimony is that lawyers learn a wide range of verbal skills. They learn how to write questions carefully, both written and oral, and they learn ways to deconstruct a witness and his choice of language. Every additional sentence you include in your answer is a new opportunity for the skilled attorney to attack you. So is every additional clause with which you dress up that sentence, and so is every extra adjective or metaphor that you use to more colorfully describe a situation. Remember that a main goal of cross-examination is to reduce your credibility with the jury. If they can do that personally, by making you seem defensive or uncertain of what you did, they will do that. They will highlight contradictions between your approach and other approaches as seen in peer-reviewed journals. They may try to upset or anger you, which will serve to distance you personally from the jurors. They will make you defend or explain each individual word or phrase in an otherwise solid technological response. For example, suppose you have just offered this answer to a question about a test you ran. Well, the failure of the engine I was testing occurred after 4 hours, and it was preceded by a whining, almost screeching sound, a bit like fingernails on a blackboard. Now, what you're going to hear is a wide range of possible questions. For example, whining? Can you explain that? Screeching? Could you clarify that? Fingernails on a blackboard? Could you describe that more clearly? Please explain the differences among those three. And how would those different sounds have suggested a different type of internal engine failure? Isn't it true, Mr. Expert, that different sounds that precede an engine failure could suggest different causes for the failure? In your colorful answer, you talked way too much. You gave the attorney way too many targets. But even a simpler answer does not always stop a skilled cross-examiner. For example, psychotherapists have different diagnoses for different forms of abuse, such as substance abuse, drug abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, and so on. Each of you may have a word in your discipline that has particular meaning for you when used in context. From time to time, an attorney will attempt to redefine or recast the meaning of your word in seemingly reasonable alternative ways for the jury. When this happens, you must respond by clarifying the correct use of the word. For example, here's an answer that you might have said to that question. You are now using the word abuse in a completely different way than a professional psychotherapist would use it. At that point, of course, you would be able to explain or restate the correct interpretation and meaning in the context of this particular case.